Okay, so this is it. Okay, we're gonna make this one work. Okay, so hey guys, what is up? It is your girl Milz, and this time is different. It's different because this is a podcast. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Milz. That is right. That's all I know how to do. So that's why I decided to name my podcast Keeping It Real, Keeping It Wheel, because that's all I do with you guys. I mean, why lie to you guys? You guys have been writing. You guys have been so real with me since the day I started. If you guys don't know about me, my name is Milz, M-I-L-Z, and I actually have a disability. I'm diagnosed as a quadriplegic C5. I broke my neck. If you're watching the video, I feel like you can see my little scar right here. I'm not Scarface, but I do have the scar in my neck. Well, anyways guys, I am really thankful that you guys are here listening and tuning in with me, because I want this podcast to grow. I want it to be just like really welcoming, like fresh vibes, and I want to make my podcast really short and to the point. So this is just gonna be like an intro, so it is gonna be everywhere, because we don't have a topic. It's just like an intro, a little bit about me, a little bit about like, you know, what's gonna be expected, and yeah, so it's just gonna be a little run up. And like I said, I do have a spinal cord injury. So I've been having the spinal cord injury for I want to say 5 years and 11 months. I do, my anniversary is actually next month, October the 4th, on my birthday. I know, yeah. Well, you know, on my next episode I will be talking about, you know, how I became a quadriplegic. It's gonna be very, I guess, emotional, sad, but it's gonna give you an intro of who I am and what happened, and I will make it juicy, because I mean, it's a podcast, so why not make it juicy? Like my booty. No, I'm kidding, guys. This podcast is gonna be for every disability. Of course, you can listen to it if you're not disabled, right? Because I feel like we all know somebody that's disabled, a friend that's disabled, or what if you're trying to date somebody that's disabled. So this podcast is for everyone, but it is directed for someone that does have a disability, because I have a disability myself, and I feel like we can connect really good. But with that being said, I don't discriminate. We don't discriminate, and we treat everyone the same here. I do want to, you know, kind of put it out there that I do have a PhD in, you know, spinal cord injury titus. No, I feel like I'm really informed about spinal cord injury stuff, so I will be talking about spinal cord injury in the beginning of my podcast, you know, but in the future I would want other you know, disabilities. I would want to educate myself more about other disabilities and talk about other disabilities, and just, you know, inform the community about, you know, like inform and include, and just a little bit of everything, right? Because this is keeping a wheel. So with that being said, in the future we will be having guests. We will be having more spinal cord injury people here, because right now it's just me by myself, me solo. But I think it would be a really good idea if I bring in, like, I don't know, somebody that has CP, or, you know, not even that, but like bring in caregivers, or bring in moms that, you know, have a child that became disabled, or a mother that is instead of their child being disabled, now, like, you know, it's just like, I just feel like we can just grow a lot here. And oh, like I was saying, you know, bring in moms that are like newly moms, and that their firstborn child is disabled. So it's like, I feel like being a mom is hard, right? And I feel like when you're thrown like a child that has a disability that, you know, there's no cure or whatever, it's just really hard, because I feel like it's really hard for me, and like I'm an adult, right? So it has been really hard, and it is very hard. So I just feel like if I bring in more people, it will just create more awareness, and it's just a place where you can just feel like, man, I feel you, you know, because sometimes when you vent to other people, it's kind of like okay, you're being so ungrateful or whatever. And I feel like whenever I hang around with people, like, you know, like when I hang around with my friend Michelle or like my other friends that have spinal cord injury, like our conversation is so different than if I was to talk to somebody that didn't have a spinal cord injury, because they just get me, you know. So that's why I made this podcast. And this is like kind of like what I'm trying to I don't know, I guess grow. Just I feel like sometimes you just need a friend to just listen to or vent to, or just a story that you can relate and be like, you know what, you're right, okay, oh, all right. And then you carry on and you move on with your day. So that's kind of like the vibe that I'm going for, you know. I do want to talk about, like, I do have my notes here, so I but I don't want to say them all. It's gonna be just like, you know, spontaneous. You guys you know, will be excited about this. I'm excited about this, so I'm really happy that I'm doing this. Kind of feel like I'm in la radio, you know. But they're just keeping it real with Milz. And so yeah, man, please subscribe and to my channel on, please subscribe. Okay, I messed up. Okay, you think this is so new, but anyways, back to what I was saying. Hey guys, what is up? It is your girl Milz, and today you're tuning in into Keeping It Real with Milz. That's right. This time it is different. This time you are not going into my Instagram. This time you are not looking at my TikTok. This time it's different. It's my podcast, so welcome. I'm really excited you guys are here, because I am so excited for this. This is the blueprint to life after spinal cord injury, and like what it is. This is everything you won't find in the textbook.com. That is right. We will talk about everything. And actually, guys, there's not a lot of things out there in the internet. So I will do my best with educating you guys and giving you all the resources to this. And, you know, anyone can listen to this podcast, right? Even if you don't have a disability. So for those that don't know who I am, my name is Milz, M-I-L-Z. You can find me on Instagram at MMILZZ. And I do have a YouTube channel. You can check that one out. The other podcast, like the video one, is gonna be there. Just search up MILZ and I'll show up there. I'll probably like the first one or second one. So yeah, guys, I feel like my podcast is going to be directed to anyone that has a disability, of course, but it is going to be directed, especially the first few podcasts or episodes, whatever, to people that have a spinal cord injury, because that's what I have a PhD in, you know what I'm talking about. But with that being said, guys, all disabilities are welcome. I want this podcast I want this to be as welcoming and refreshing and just really fun, energetic vibes, you know, nothing like sad vibes. Like, this shit's gonna be motivational. This shit, I wanted to grow. I want people to just feel like, you know, I feel you, like I know what you're going through, because it's just not the same to listen to a podcast where like people don't really truly understand you. Like, my conversations aren't the same when I talk to somebody that's not disabled compared to somebody that does have a spinal cord injury. But like I said, with that being said, all disabilities are welcome here. But because I'm more like informed about a spinal cord injury, I will be talking my first, you know, few solo podcasts about spinal cord injuries and how to do things and how I've managed to deal with this new change. Because guys, I had my spinal cord injury 5 years and 11 months. I actually I'm gonna be making 6 years. Sad story. No, I'm kidding. Well, it is a little sad, you know, why front, but I'm actually gonna be making 6 years October the 4th on my birthday. So on my next podcast, I will be talking about how I became injured and all that juicy story, you know, because I know you guys want that cheese, man. I know you guys do. And I feel like I've never said like what happened to me, like how did it happen and how I became disabled, and I've never said that. And everyone always asks me like what happened, and people want to know this because you know, people are nosy. You know, and I mean, I don't blame them because I did put myself out there, so it'll be different. You know, it's just, that's another topic to talk about. But because I have put myself out here and I have shared like a lot of things about my injury, I just feel like it's just only right to tell you what happened. And I think it's about that time that I think I'm ready to give you the story, give you the full gossip. So yeah, on my next podcast I will be talking about que me pasó and how it happened and all that stuff. And I think I can make this video without crying. I think I'm ready. I think so, but we'll see. That then you guys will have to watch the next pod season. No, not season. What is that? Oh, el next show, pues. Next episode. Okay, so I am new to this, so I'm sorry if I'm stuttering, but anyways guys, I'm really happy. I'm really like thankful that you guys are here, because and I just thought, like, what a better way than to come out with this podcast right now in September. September, it's Spinal Cord Injury Awareness Month. And, you know, I just felt like it would just be, like, the best time to do this. And because of COVID-19, you know, I do have a lot of time on my hands. So, I mean, like, okay, why not? Right? So, anyways, guys, my podcast, I want them to be short and to the point. I want them to be to the point that it's, like, somebody new comes up to this and they're like, hey, you should check out her podcast, like she talked about this and this and that, and I just want to title them, like one of them just be like I don't know, like, okay, so one of them can be like my story, so you'll click on it and then you'll get to know me, like what happened, which will be like the next episode. And then we'll talk about like depression, and then we'll talk about caregivers, and then we'll talk about dating. That way, you know, people could just click and be like, okay, well, this podcast is about this and this podcast is about that. Like when I give out a title, that's all we're going to be talking about, right? I want it to be short, straight to the point, a little bit juicy, a little bit of fresh, you know. And in the future, I do want to talk about other disabilities, but I'm just not really informed about them right now, because I'm just focused in like spinal cord injury and blah blah, because that's what I have. But with that being said, scratch. I don't have your host. I was scratching my head if you're not watching the video, but okay. What I was saying, in the future I do want to talk about other disabilities, and I feel like I do know about them, but I'm not that informed. I want to talk about like autism, or like parents with autism, or like parents that are working from home right now with coronavirus, you know, with kids with special needs. And you know, I want that to be like another topic that we can like just grow and talk about that, because like I'm an adult, you know, but it's and I feel like it's difficult for me. So I just can't even imagine like being a parent and like having like a special needs little baby. So, and you know, because when stuff was normal, you know, I was working in the special needs class at my local high school aquí por aquí, right? So I feel like that's like another topic that we can talk about in the future, and like bring like moms, you know, and I think it'll be like a really cool vibe, like just so like people can just relate, you know. Like you don't hear these type of like conversations on the radio. You don't, like everyone's so like ugh. Or like dating, like you don't really hear like dating stories, you know, because it's like people just don't talk about that. They be like, oh well, you know, it's just like you can have sex. Yeah, dude, people with disabilities have sex, okay? Like it's normal. What the fuck? So yeah, I just want it to be really welcoming and fresh, and just somewhere where you can just go and like listen to me, and then I just want you to like say like, dang dude, I feel you, like damn, like someone else relates to this. And then sometimes, dude, when you're going through like a really hard time, that's all you really need. Like someone to be like, damn dude, I feel you, like what, like I was just going through that the other day, like it is normal, like yes dude. So yeah, you know, because back to the spinal cord injury thing, like it's been real hard, guys. I've only been living like this for like almost 6 years, and it's been real hard. It's been difficult, and it's weird, and like the stares, the depression, the oh my god, I think I'm getting something back. Am I not? Am I gonna recover? Like what is this? Wait, am I recovered? Wait, is this my new lifestyle? Or like when people just come up to you and like ask you, so what happened to you? So we will be covering all of those topics, but you know, it's just I don't know, like I'm just excited to grow and just talk about all these things that like us as disabled community go through. Or like about the parking. Can we talk about the parking, guys? Can we talk about how I just kissed like the microphone, sorry if I sounded too rough there. Can we talk about how when we go Sunday fun day, like the establishments they charge you so you can park in the disabled handicap spots, dude. They do this, bro. Like, I'm from Houston. Each time tell a motherfucking da. Each time. That's where I stay. I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah, that's where I stay. H Town 713 till I die. Anyways, I love my city. I love the people. But guys, the other day I went to Sunday Fun Day, and they cause you know that's where like the fancy cars park and all that shit. Man, I just feel like just really disrespected how like we had to pay for parking. Like, oh, okay, but like on a regular day I get to park here for free, and it's like yeah. So that's just like what we talked about, shit like that. But anyways, let's just finish that topic off, dude. I think that's fucking stupid. It's like, are you really making me pay 20? And it's not about the money. Do I got the money, right? But I'm disabled, dude. I am a quadriplegic C5. I'm disabled. I'm like as disabled as it gets, okay? And you're making me pay $25 to park here, dude? Excuse me? Yeah, man. That's illegal. That's illegal. And I was with like a group of like, you know, friends. Well, like I was with my peoples, and they were like, yeah, I really don't want to deal with it. Come on, let's go inside. And I was like, no, it's because. And so yeah, that's just like another story. But yeah, man, establishments do that, and that's not right. Anyways, guys, let's get back to the intro. Okay, so where was I at? I don't know. Like, I've never done this before. I'm excited about this. What do you guys want to hear about? Like, tell me. Like, I don't know. Like, what topics should we talk about? Like, I feel like my biggest hits on YouTube have been about dating. I guess, you know, well, right now I haven't really been dating because, you know, coronavirus. And at first I was really, really scared, you know. And I was like taking my precautions, and like when I would like randomly hang out with my friends, I'll be like, oh, I'm scared, or like, okay. And there was, I think for like 3 months I didn't go to the store. I didn't go at all. My parents would go for me, my sister would go for me, but I just I was like, yeah, no. I mean, I feel like I'm always talking to myself, but I've never talked to myself with a microphone. It sounds really good. I feel like the voice sounds really crispy. This is different. This is very different. But I do feel like I do need someone here, like a co-host or like a special guest. I think it'll be really fun and, I don't know, just exciting to do. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about, guys. So yeah, just tune into my show. So you're probably wondering, why now? Why not now? You know, I feel like it's a good time that, you know, people have extra time. We can listen to a little podcast. And like I said, my podcasts are going to be a little short. That way, because I know y'all, man, y'all be getting distracted at food. I am going to say some bad words. I do apologize, but it's just like how it comes out in my lingo. So, but I don't be saying like so much groseria. So you could put me on speaker, I think. I hope. I mean, if you don't want to, you can put me on your headphones, okay? But anyways, I want to talk about, you know, what happened to me, like my story. And if I talk for too long, then I'll make it like 2 episodes, right? So like I said, the next one's gonna be, why are you know, what happened, my story. And you know, I feel like talking about forgiving and letting go, something I am working on right now. But it's a process, guys. You have to hashtag trust the process. Another one, what we call like people leave, be prepared. It won't always happen, but you know, we'll go more into that. And you know, also this is a hard one. breaking up after them finding out that you have a spinal cord injury and you won't be able to walk, right? I will say that breakups are harder now. They are. Dating advice, even though your girl's single like a Pringle. I feel like come on now, we all need dating advice. And you know what a better person than a single person to give advice. Okay, so we will be doing that. We will be talking about, I want it to be a title as a little big sister. I feel like a lot of us get disabled, and we have younger siblings that have to grow up faster. So that one's that one. And then the other one's like burden. Like a lot of people feel like that. Like, oh my God, I'm a burden. Womp, womp, womp. Okay, that's one. And I want to talk about the D. Depression. I feel like even if you're not disabled, it's like super common for you to be depressed. Okay, so you kind of have to choose, like, wait, am I depressed, or am I a person that's depressed and happens to have a disability? You know, just because you have a disability don't mean you have to be depressed, dude. Me saying it to myself. I'm working on it though. It's like a process, dude. Shit. Okay, so I feel like your mom or caregiver, or maybe we should do it more like a caregiver, or you know, even having like my mom come into the podcast and talk about, like, because damn, dude, it's hard for parents to see your kids suffer when you, like, you know, you're parents, so you want the best for your kids. So I feel like that would be another one, you know. And you guys are gonna just have to keep watching and tuning in for these conversations that are just gonna make you feel really warm, because somebody else is going through it too. And it's not like, oh, you're going through it too, yay, your life sucks. Like, no, it's more like of a like support group type of shit. Like I said, this is something you won't hear in the radio. No sir, no ma'am. This is like an exclusive shit that like only us will be able to listen to. Of course, if you subscribe and like and, you know, listen to my podcast and tune in. I feel like people don't really talk about this, and I mean, unless I'm missing it and haven't heard of like anything like this before. But I want it to be really short, straight to the point. That way you guys can, you know, like, I want this podcast to be that hope that my family needed 6 years ago. Like, that's something, that's all you fucking need, because hope, it's like a 4-letter word, right? But it moves mountains. I don't think I would have been like this recovered, or I've gotten this far mentally, if I didn't have hope, if my parents didn't have hope. You know, it's like, fuck, man, your mind is a powerful thing. Like, it would literally unparalyze you. And you guys are like listening, you're like, bro, I'm still fucking paralyzed. Like, I get it, every disability is different, every injury is different, because we had a different lifestyle before, dude. Like, some of you guys weren't athletes, some of us were. You probably didn't eat really well, or like it's just different, or like your injury was impacted different. It's just, we will get all into it whenever you guys tune in into Incomplete or Complete. And I will have like story times of how people got injured, because I feel like that's really interesting to just hear. And like I don't know, like get I don't know, it's just, I've heard so many stories that it's shocking how like someone can turn disabled in a blink of an eye. It's a little scary, man. Like, fuck, like your life can literally change in the blink of an eye, just like mine's changed, and many other people's lives change, right? So guys, with that being said, tune in, please. You will not, trust me, you will not regret this, trust me. But anyways, guys, I wanted to be a little bit of short, you know, and I think it is gonna be a little short, because I don't think I've ever talked this long for just non-stop. And remember, I'm a quad. My lungs don't really work that well, okay? My diaphragm, I feel a little out of breath. Let me take a little breather. Ooh. Anyways, guys, thank you for tuning in. Check out next episode, because next episode is gonna be juicy, guys. I know a lot of you guys have been wanting to hear what happened to me. And I think it'll be really therapeutic for me to do this video, because once I do that video, I'm gonna have to edit it, and I don't know, it's probably gonna, you know, make me feel a little upset. but it is gonna make me feel grateful of the people that it removed before my spinal cord injury, and the people that and the people that have came into my new life after my spinal cord injury. Yeah, a lot of people do leave, but a lot of good people enter it, and those are good people, man. And you just look at life different. I look at life way different, and I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit of growing up and a little bit of like, you know, having your life change. Like, oh man, it's been a wild ride, and it's only been 6 years. I feel like I've seen it all, kind of. But you know, cada quien carga su cruz. Everyone's going through something. So my problems are not bigger than your problems. With that being said, okay. But yeah, man, it's been tough. And if you're out there and if you have a disability, man, I'm sending you a warm hug without no germs, no corona. And I just want to tell you that it gets better, because it really does get better, man. And sometimes, man, you need to stop being a little, you need to stop feeling so sorry for yourself, because there's someone out there that has it worse. And by that, I don't want you to be like, ooh, they have it worse, or ha ha ha. It's not, I'm not saying it that way. I just want you to be grateful. Like, dang, I could have had this or whatever, right? So yeah, man, we're gonna stay on that motivational shit, you know. And back then, like, I used to be like, oh, I don't like when people tell me I'm inspirational. Bro, you don't get it, man. This is we live in a fucked up world, and not a lot of people are inspirational. So if somebody tells you you're inspirational, it's because, dang, you are inspirational. And I get it, you know. We'll get into that story, like the inspirational thing, because like some things are just done when people tell you you're inspirational, right? But like, you know, for you to have that power and inspire people, man, dude, that's the type of shit that you can't buy. you can't buy that. Like, you're just inspirational, dude. You have like that mentality, that power, that energy. I don't know, man. But yeah, man, we gonna stay in that motivational shit here, man. So if you're sad, you're on that, like, fuck, man, I want to give up, man. Like, trust me, don't give up. Hashtag trust the process. It gets better. Okay, man. I always just look at, like, I always just think to myself, like, I wonder how would have been, or how would my life been, o como hubiera estado if I would have just not tried and gave up. Like, I always kind of think about that, like, damn, dude, like, I'm so glad that wasn't even like a thought, like, of giving up. It never was. Not until like late, like, the years passed by. But like in the beginning of, like, what was it, like 4 or 5 years, like, that was never like a thought. Like, no sir, no ma'am, you don't give up around here. It's that we can't. That's not in our blood. But anyway, guys, that sums it up. That's gonna sum up the that's gonna sum up episode one, the intro, the welcoming, the what to expect, or like what not to expect. Yeah, guys, I'm really excited, man. And I'm sorry I said I'm excited so many times, but I am. I've never been on a mic like this, and I feel super cool. I put lipstick on, so I hope I don't leave like my lipstick stain like Selena. But anyways, guys, stay tuned for the next episode. You know the deal. Don't make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, share this podcast for anyone that wants to watch the next one. But remember that this is keeping it real, so we keep it real around here, man. That's what we do. Okay, so let's go ahead and wrap this up. You guys will miss me, but don't forget that if you miss me, you can check me out on TikTok. My TikTok is Milz_44, or you can find me on the gram. My Instagram is MMMILZZZ. Or if you want to watch more of me, make sure you check out my YouTube. Just when you go to YouTube, just search up Milz, MILZ, and I should be there. I should be like the first one or second one. There's like another chica there, but you'll be able to recognize my face, because you know there's only one like me. So anyways, guys, I do want to thank you guys, like I said, and excited for the next episode and for the upcoming episodes. So you know how it goes. See ya. Don't wanna be ya.